Oh, good music. Thank you, Tom. This gentleman needs no introduction at all. Bob Hope is here. He's got a special tomorrow night on NBC called Bob Hope for President. Maybe we could get the applause meter on Bob. It's going to be on from 8 to 10 tomorrow night. And on November 8th, he's going to be at the homecoming show at the University of Kentucky in Lexington. Would you, Malcolm? Well, would you do whatever you want to do? Mr. Bob Hope. You better run.
I think
You better really run for president.
I heard that poll. Is that something, huh? The pumpkin wins, huh?
We've run that the last 4 nights, and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody at NBC has been running around here the past week. T-shirts says "Hope for President."
Yeah, that's good till Sunday.
Yeah.
Till Sunday, that's all. I just hope they run a lot.
You got preempted the other night by the debate. Your special was originally scheduled for
that's right.
Tuesday night.
On Tuesday, but those other 2 comics, they grabbed it.
Yeah. got a few laughs, too.
You know that. So we're on Saturday. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
People have come to you, haven't they, really?
Yeah.
And asked you to run for office at one time.
13 years ago.
Did you ever think about it? Give it any serious thought?
And for about 5 minutes, and the money's not right. You know that.
I was going to run.
You make more in 1 week than Carter, and you don't have to listen to Amy's violin.
I told him I'd take it, but I wanted a guest president on Monday nights. Get the 4-day week.
No, but my God, the way you negotiate, you could get the hostages back in 3 days.
I happen to be a part of Bob's show, so I know a little bit about it. You got a lot of people on the show.
Oh, yeah, we got 21 people.
I ran into
21 stars.
Angie Dickinson the other day. Yeah. What was that?
No.
Well, I haven't received the check yet either. Is the check in the mail? Is it?
You know how slow the mail is.
I'll bet you can't remember half the people that are on the show.
I do. I can remember because there's a lot of comics that are funnier than I am. There's Tony Randall, who's sensational. Jonathan Winters, Harvey Korman, Louis Nye, Mr. Bill.
From Saturday Night Live, Mr. Bill is on?
Incredible Hulk, Tracy Austin.
Angie Dickinson.
And we have Angie Dickinson, Stephanie Powers, Brooke Shields, Miss America, who I finally ran. You know, she's my running mate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then Sammy Davis, who's done a wonderful number by Ken and Mitzi Welsh.
Right.
Let's put a real song and dance man in the White House that we did down at Coconut Grove, and then about 9 others. Now I'm forgetting quite a few, I guess. But
and this is not the an hour special. I didn't mention it. 2 hours, right?
Yeah, 2 hour show.
2 hour special.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got it. What'd you bring tonight? I don't know what you brought tonight. On the film.
What?
Usually you bring stuff that's not going on the show.
Oh, you have a clip?
We got something.
Really? Isn't that wonderful?
How amazing! How this must come as some surprise to you, doesn't it?
Well,
what an actor! what an actor! If there's an Academy Award, you should have got it right for that. Usually, you bring stuff of the various people on the show.
We got a couple of for some of the actors, we got a couple of outtakes on certain people.
Because I had the privilege of placing Bob in you in nomination.
Yes, sir. You put me in nomination.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
And if you ever need me,
Should we take a look at this?
All right. Fine.
Okay. This is a little excerpt from the show tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Bob, dare to dream. Inauguration day. There you are. You've just been sworn in.
You think it's too much?
How do you feel?
I'm fine.
Les, can we pick the tempo up a little bit?
What do you feel is the most important part of Bob Hope's campaigning, running for president, from your standpoint as a gentleman of the South?
The people of all walks of life truly love him. There may be a few that you know, but those are hateful people. People that'll be done away with after he's inaugurated.
Hope, did you send for me?
I did if you're Susan Powell, the 1981 Miss America.
Gee, Mr. Hope, the folks back home consider you an American institution, just like ham and eggs.
Well, they're half right.
Who is this great leader who's about to assume? Who is this great leader who's about to resume or assume, or I don't care, I lost it. Let's go back.
Okay, who is this great leader, John?
The next president of the United States, Mr. Bob Hope. Our candidate here.
Thank you.
We twice, didn't we? You brought the nasty stuff. You brought the little things we do in the studio to keep the studio audience alive there. That's funny.
Do it to you.
That's funny. I went over there 3 times, took a shot at it, and blew one line after another.
Oh, geez, well, you should hear me.
And the more often you try it, the sillier it gets.
Oh, God. You get some of the stuff I do in my monologue every once in a while. It's just murder.
Look, you've entertained a lot of presidents. So who was the first one that you knew well?
Well, I started with FDR in 1944 at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Then I went on and entertained all of them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're close friends with
Well, you get to know them because they invite you back, and then they invite you over to the White House. I stayed at the Lincoln Room about 3 times.
Did you really?
It had a big effect on me. The first time I stayed there, I woke up in the morning, went to the telephone, and freed my writers. I hope they weren't mad because in the middle of the night I had to go and I reached under the bed. And how do I know that the silk hat? You know, I mean, I didn't know what they did.
Who had the best sense of humor? Of all
I don't know. They're good. You know, I mean, they have to have a sense of humor. Otherwise, you couldn't handle that job. I think so. The problems are.
But some of them like.
But I think Kennedy was a very, very fast man with a quip, and I think if he hadn't been a politician, he would have gone on to be a comedian or something.
Yeah.
We don't need him, but I mean, I think he would have.
Now Johnson was, to be honest, was a rather earthy man.
He's a practical joker.
He liked
Mr. Johnson.
the kind of rough.
I don't have time to tell you all the things about him, but Johnson was driving down south. He used to love to drive fast, you know, and a cop stopped him, and the president cranked down the window, and the cop looked in and says, "Oh, my God," and Lyndon says, "You better believe it."
We're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back. You have to leave. Should we just mention the show again tomorrow night?
Why not do it?
Tomorrow night, is it 9 o'clock?
8 o'clock to 10. 8 to 10.
8 to 10 tomorrow night. That's all over the country, I guess, 8 to 10. Except in the Midwest, it would be
7 to 9.
7 to 9, right?
Yeah, that's right. 7 to 9 in the Midwest.
Robert Hope for president.
Yes, sir.
And if it doesn't work out come Tuesday, we'll hold another election.
Thank you, Bob.